In Islam, feminism is seen as impossible to exist. It is seen as an anti-feminist religion. However, this view is incorrect. From female leaders to their rights being dictated in the Quran, women have as much a say in the religion as men do. What people have trouble with is separating the culture from the religion.
Now we will focus on why Western women believe they're more liberated than Muslim women. These have to do with a lot of common misconceptions in the Western world. The main reason that Western women seem more liberated than Islamic women is because whenever Western women's rights are compared to Islamic women's rights, extreme examples such as women in conservative Islamic Saudi Arabia are used instead of looking at the rights of Muslim women all around the world. The Western media plays a huge role in the portrayal and misconception of Muslim women. The media mostly focuses on the look of Muslim women and how it differs from the Western woman. There's little focus on what they are actually doing and how they're taking active role in their society. The reality is that women are oppressed in both the East and the West, just in different ways. A few examples of oppression of women in the West would be the inequality in the workforce through the wage gap, heavy objectification and focus on body image for women of all ages, and gender inequality in the Christian faith. Examples of sexism in the treatment of women as second-class citizens can be clearly seen in the Bible. There is scripture that states that women are to be treated as a man's property, that they can be sold to her rapist, that women should be seen and not heard, and that women were created for men. We can see the impact that these ideologies in the scripture have on the Christian community. Despite women having higher rates of attending church services, they hold less than 10% of ordained leadership positions in churches. This has a lot to do with the idea that women are second class and do not deserve as much as a prominent place in the Christian community.
There are many reasons why people perceive Muslim women as oppressed, three of which include the perception of Muslim women as non-liberated, segregation in worship, and discrimination as Muslims. There's a liberal position that Islam is patriarchal, although patriarchy is not specific to the religion. However, this position is built around the ideas that Islam oppresses its women, and women are always in search of liberation and an escape from this patriarchal society. So under this idea, Muslim women are thought to have a lack of free will, agency, and voice in society. And this is mainly derived from the binary opposition between Muslim and Western women, which makes it seem as though these are clear-cut, mutually exclusive categories. In addition, they also experience segregation in worship. Women are isolated from the main prayer area by a division into a separate room. And so, for this reason, female participation in mosques is relatively low, and this comments on the marginalization of women's roles in mosques. So here you can see in this photo that men are in the main prayer area and women are not. For example, women are discriminated against for just being Muslim, for example, wearing a veil or hijab. The veil having a black veil from head to toe suggests that the female is somber and victim to patriarchal oppression, and the hijab suggests modesty and solidarity and conformity to Islamic standards of womanhood. Women in headscarves also have become focal points for anti-Muslim sentiments, ranging from hate crimes to discrimination in employment, education, and transportation. There are many ways in which Muslim women are liberated, three of which being a less narrow standard of beauty, contractual marriage, and their presence in political affairs. Firstly, Muslim women have a less narrow standard of beauty in comparison to Western women. They are objectified less by the media, and the rule of dress for Muslim women is modesty. So as you can see in the photo, most of their body remains covered while their hands and their ankles would show and their faces. Secondly, the Quran makes marriage contractual, so women have the right to insert conditions into their marriage contract as well as modified marriage contract. So in no way are Muslim women stuck in their marriage or cannot get out of their marriage. So the use of Islamic marriage and divorce processes are widespread. In addition, Muslim women have a significant presence in political affairs. American Muslim women are among the most highly educated female religious groups in the United States, and there are also numerous female political leaders in Islamic countries. For one example, we have the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was the first woman in the Muslim world to serve as the head of government. Another example is the President of Indonesia from 2001 to 2004.
The hijab is defined as a head covering, found in many traditions, not just in the Muslim religion. There are several other coverings, such as in Judaism or Christianity. Even though some people see the hijab as an oppressive symbol, many women believe that not to be true. In fact, many Muslim women find it as a sign of liberation. It allows them to not be seen as a woman, but as a person. It separates them from the sexist views that many Western people hold.
Feminism is a broad concept that incorporates every woman willing to fight for equality and respect. Religion doesn't have to dictate their want for equality. As you can see, Muslim women are empowered by their beliefs and not kept down.